Yeah, it's not much, you know. So I can even count it in my fingers. I like this sigh, I don't know why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I count, that's what I have to do. 5 things. You know, that is not gonna crowd my mind, especially when you already clean your mind. So I can handle 5 things a day. But I'm not thinking about, the next thing and the next like I used to be. I used to do, sometimes I used to plan the whole month. It's like I used to plan everything, I have to do this, I have to do that, you know. So I would write everything down. My mind would never rest, you know. And, I got used to that a little bit, of course. But it didn't feel good, though. Not as good as now, you know. That's why, you know, if it's too late for me, I feel bad because I wish I could put those things on practice, but I can't. I cannot talk like that even, you see. If I felt better, I don't feel better. But I hope at least that my kids, my children, and maybe some of you could apply this, because I don't even know if I can do it. It's possible to do it, like to live like not planning so far ahead. I never tried, I would like to know if somebody can do that, just wake up in the morning and, you thank God for life, and then you just plan your day. Okay, today I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. You can even plan the day before, but not like weeks and months. And then you exactly know, and you don't worry. And then once you plan the day, then you know that you can plan the next day and the next day. So that's how I would do it anyway, because it's working. Every morning I wake up, I don't have, I don't have the stress anymore. You know, so I feel lucky and blessed that my mind is not so full anymore. It's a bit like eating too much. I mean, how can you feel good if you eat more than you need to, and you're about to, you know, to throw up and things like that. So it's the same with your mind. If your mind is too full, you know, your brain, you won't take anymore. It's happened to another guy, a friend. We were supposed to do some jobs together, and then I don't know what happened. I never heard from him. I'm sorry to hear that, but it hurt me a little bit because I was concerned about him. You know, he never called me or text me and say this is happening. Apparently it's a mental. I call it mental. It's overthinking, overdoing it mentally, and I think he's okay now. But it really took him by surprise, like it took me by surprise, I guess. So I hope he doesn't have to go that far with some people. If you see it's getting too much, just slow down and put your brakes on. You know. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's too late for me. I cannot live what I'm saying. I wish I could, but the ones who hear me, that's another aspect of what's happening right now. So, and and if maybe you can start right away. So this way maybe I'll be able to hear it. Maybe even see it if you have a video. But yeah, why don't you guys try it? Some of those things I'm talking about. Just, do the best and see if it works. Try to be nice to somebody who's been mean to you, and then see the reaction, and try not to worry too much, and see how your brain feels, you know. So, yeah. So, yeah, all these things. Just, I mean, I don't, you don't have to do everything at once. Just do one thing maybe, and say, Joseph, this is nice, it's working. At least I know. I want to know, you know. And if it doesn't work, you just tell me, you know, Joseph, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I try, and my life is getting worse. I have more trouble now. Everybody's against me. You're the only one who agree with me. Well, at least we're not alone. Oh, guys, so much laughing. Uh, you know, they say laughing is good for your health. It is true, though. I know it's good. So, and but unfortunately, it's not my heart who's sick. It's my lung. You know, I have a cancer in my lung. If it was my heart, probably would be healed by now with all this laughing. But my lungs, I don't know what I can do with it. I never heard about laughing, that there's a cure for cancer. So, yeah, we die, we live. What can we do? What can we do? Huh. Hmm. Maybe next video I'm gonna put my hat like this. Oh wait. So this way, like that. And then the other way around. So this way you see always different videos, eh? So let's put it like this now. Let's try not to confuse the program when I edit. Because I edit a little bit, but I don't want to edit too much, you know. So, but I sometimes edit a little bit. So, and so I guess and I did another video today. I did one more. Wow. So my goal for today is accomplished. So I did what I wanted to do. No less, no more. I'm happy with that. You see how simple it is? If you people had goals, so that's what I want to do. I always had goals in my life, all my life. I never wake up in the morning without a goal. That's so nice, you know. So I had planned actually the whole year with different goals, without stress. I knew I could do it, you know. So okay, this is how much I need to survive. This is how much I needed to travel. This is how much I need to pay my bills. So everything was all organized. I would do this like one day, you know, when I had not much to do, I would just write all my goals. But they all come true all the time. Not even once I failed because they were achievable, you know. So that's what I like. I like to know I can achieve it. So then I won't get disappointed. You know, unless something happened, of course, you know, like it happened now. All my goals, I'm gonna have to wait. How am I gonna do it? It's not my fault. But otherwise, in the past, yeah, in the past, you know, I wanted to go to festival. I would go to a festival. You know, I wanted to go to. I never wanted to go to anywhere I didn't want to. I didn't like most, you know. I mean, when I talk festival, I'm not talking about those trance festival. No. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't like. I don't like crowds. I cannot stand crowds. Like, you know, like Disney stuff and like mundane things. I don't like it. This festival are more like nature festivals. People come all over the world, and I don't go anymore. I stopped going years ago, but I used to go a few times, maybe 5, 6 times in my life, because it's just like ordinary farmers. You find like people to talk to, so there is not even electricity, So it's not like a Burning Man, but it's a lot different than Burning Man. I never been to Burning Man. I just heard it. I wanted to go before. I never get a chance, but that's different. It's more materialistic. So the places I go to is more geared towards nature. So you are with the nature, and you meet people. So, but besides that, I never achieved to go to fancy places. It's not my style, to spend money also that I don't really have, So I just live under my budget. So this way I have no trouble. And I owe nothing to anyone. That's a good thing, So you should not own people anything anyway. It's like, this is a thing for disaster when you start own everybody, like the bank, and you buy things on credit and everything. Please don't do that. Otherwise you won't be able to have a relationship with God. If you own all those money to people, then it takes all your brain and your power, and you have no time for God to pray and talk to Him, because you worry too much about your debts and problems. So it was against my principle to get things on credit. I know now all the company can be angry with me, but what can I do? Yeah, just buy what you have the money for. And if you buy something credit, do it, but make sure you pay it quickly. Otherwise you pay double. I don't have to tell you that. Yeah. So I'm trying to help. I cannot help myself, but I can help the people hearing me. And yeah, I just wanted to help you guys have a better life. So you don't make this decision that it complicates life. Especially if you're getting married, you have kids, you need to save money. So you cannot buy things full price. So just look around, maybe you find a discount or something. Because I know I do. I look around all the time to get the best price. Sometimes I have to drive 5, 10 minutes more, but it's worth it. I can save $50 maybe, and it adds up, It adds up. So even when you save like $1 in so many other things, and then later you realize you live much easier, and then you have more money instead, Otherwise you're never gonna be able to reach it. I don't understand why people do that. You ask a price, like $100. Okay, here's my card, pay it. No, and then maybe it's not even the thing you want, and then you have to bring it back, change it, exchange it, and all the time you're wasting for that. No, I learned this before. It's like you wanted something, take a days and even a week sometimes to look around which one is the best, which one costs less, and then you buy it. But don't buy the original price, unless you have money to throw away. But if you throw away, then be more generous to other people. No. Don't start your life right from the beginning, and you're gonna see it, start right. So your kids, they need the money too, your children. So yeah, it's expensive nowadays. You see how expensive it is? It's very expensive. I don't know how the single mom, they make it. It's so hard for them, and for people who work low-paid jobs, and life is so expensive. I just don't understand. I don't think they can even buy what they need. How can they buy it? They can buy the food, and then they don't have money for gas. It's very hard. You have to work so many hours, so hard, you know, just to survive. And then, people don't have time to talk about God and things like that when they have to worry about surviving. But that's the solution, that God comes first, That's what happened with me, I put God first. You don't even know how I started. I should tell you this story, how I started my pave business, to do pave uni, bricks layer on the ground for the garage and the front of the house. I worked for years with a company who mistreated me because I didn't know how to do anything. I just started after my divorce. I was so crushed. I needed work. I had no money. So I found a job. They paid me like $12 an hour. So I could just barely pay my rent. So I worked there, and everybody was drunk and kind of criminals, really. It's like no education. So they didn't know how to talk to one another. And I had trouble, and I didn't want to fight anymore, so I just be quiet. I go home like upset every night for 4 years. I don't know why I stayed so long, because I was afraid that I won't be able to eat if I stop working. But then I had enough, Then after 4 years I quit. I said, forget it. I'm going, I don't want to be with these people anymore. But you know what? They never taught me how to work. I only saw a little bit, but I was just carrying things back and forth. What can I know about pave, how to build a wall? I know nothing. But it was my faith in God that it never stopped me from believing what I can do if I want to. It took me 4 years, of this, continual hitting in the head, so to speak, that I got fed up and I went. And I had the undercord car with, the one goes down the seat. I had this car, and I went to buy some tools. Yeah, I bought the minimum, like it cost me like no more than $1,000 just to get the basic tools. And I thought I'm gonna go get a job now. I knew how to do that because I knew how to talk to people and try to convince them that I could do a job for them. But I didn't know how. I hope they don't hear me now, these kind of people. I didn't know how to do it. But they gave me the contract. It was a small repair, but it was more money than working for the company for a week. I would have made in 1 day. And so that's what I knew. And but since I could not do the job, I hired a professional. I said, okay, could you do this for me? But you don't have to finish. Just tell me, do the most difficult part, and I do the rest. And he said, sure. And I had to give it half of the profit, And he came only for half a day. So he made it like half a day, and I give him, I think, $500. I took 500 too. It was good for me because it would have taken me a week to make 500. And so finished the job, and I liked it. I said, wow, this is good money. But I didn't know yet. So I keep getting more little repairs, little jobs. And I still call this guy. But he was teaching me too, He didn't teach me so well though, because all the work he did, it broke after a year. It wasn't good enough. It was too fast. Anyway, but I was learning and learning. And then after like 3, 4 months, like I do like this, off and on. I didn't work every day, just when I had repair. Then I learned, I didn't need him anymore. I said, okay, I don't want to pay you that much money. So I let him go, because he had another job. He just come one day for me on Saturday. But that's how I start. Then I get another tool, I bought a machine, and I still put it inside the car, because I didn't have the trailer, I didn't have the truck. It was just me alone with my little car. And then, like this, so I said, get more jobs, and I got really nervous, because I said, how am I going to do? Because sometimes it looked complicated, and I had to learn, and I did, So, and then, this is the miracle. That's the miracle. I happened to do a job in one street, downtown, right? And I did this street, and everybody got to know me, because it took me 2 weeks to finish this job. So people were passing. It was the same street, but it was like, we go around and people see me and start asking me questions, and how much it costs this, how much it costs that. So I don't know. I had connection with a lot of the neighborhood there. And just to make this story a bit short, I stay in this street. You have to believe me, 15 years in the same street. 15 years. Working. I wasn't living in the street. It was like it was, because every summer I would just go back in the same street, and I worked there, and people would start giving me the jobs, house to house, and I didn't want anyone else. They wanted me, And but that time, after I think a year or so, I bought a little truck. So now at least I had the truck, but my price was a bit lower than the others. But who cared, So I was still making a living, good money, and I always worked all alone. I told you I'm a bulldozer. I was a bulldozer, and they were surprised. Said, "Wow, how can you do all these things alone?" Because my will was powerful. I visualized that I could do these things. That's how I started the company. So, and I worked for myself until my other daughter, Marissa, she came, and she was working with me for maybe 10 years. And I taught her, and she became almost as good as I was doing pave, building. And it's only the last 3 years we joined some people want a manager, somebody to oversee the employees and work. So I went with them. I don't have much to say about that. It's better this way. But it was a different experience. But you see how we can do things. But the success with these people, it wasn't because I'm the only one who does good jobs and things like that. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm very meticulous. That's what they tell me. Things has to be good enough and that the client is happy. But it's the honesty. That's what everybody tells me. Joseph, you are very honest. Because a contract, to be honest, to find one, well, that takes a lifetime sometimes. So they found me, and they kept me there. So, because you don't just people ask a question, if you are honest, you say sure. I'm an honest guy. Anybody can say that. But sometimes they will pay for something. I would tell I have to do this and this. Said they will pay for something, and then maybe I forgot that they already had paid for that. It was in the things I had written, and I just maybe I lost the paper or something. I don't know, but I remember it happened a few times. So I had to tell them, listen, you already paid for this. I have to reimburse you. it was hard to get the money back. But I just couldn't keep it because I thought, well, what happened if after they remember and they think, I'm a thief, I cheated them, I didn't want them to think that. So I told them, you know. But then sometimes, you be honest, you are going to be rewarded, right? So and then they told me I had to do an extra job. I said, like an extra thing at their house still. So the one I had to give, I didn't give it anymore. I said, okay, I'm going to do this, it'll be even. So, and we work out this way, you see? So, it's better than take something that doesn't belong to you. Believe me, you have to be honest, because it's going to catch up with you. You may be happy today, so, well, I won't see this guy anymore. I don't have to see it. I have other people. You cannot think. I know people think this way, They are like cheaters. They don't care, if they lose a client. But to me, client is like a friend, You cannot do these things because if you keep doing this, for so many times, then you burn the whole forest. You have no more trees. So you don't want to burn people. Because then you know how hard it is to find clients, because people don't want to spend money, they want to save money. So when a client gives you a job, I'm very grateful. I always treat them super nice, I listen to them what they want, I don't make troubles, I try to always find a way to compromise and deal with them about the price, because I know they, I know the money doesn't come easy, so I cannot just take it, and I have to kind of deserve it, work for it, and be grateful, because they know if you are a grateful person or just take advantage, just do the things quick, take the money and go. They know that. They know when you work with your heart, you put passion on it, they can see it, It makes a difference, for next time. Because if they don't like you, they're gonna this time delete you, no you them, they will delete you. This guy is done. No more. I just did a little job, but what was very small before coming here. Yeah, I did one job. And this guy knew me from 15 years ago. It was a small job. I asked somebody to help me because I couldn't do everything myself. And but the guy knew me for 15 years ago. Yeah, imagine that. Anyway, so it's about money and work, but it's important too. It's part of life. You cannot have a very happy, spiritual, beautiful life if you don't have a good, normal, material life. That's why I'm sorry I'm talking to you about business, So, but I don't want to talk too much anymore about business. Enough has been said, and I just want you not to make these mistakes people usually make like that. It could be avoided, and if you have a better option, then I give you the option. Be honest. Number one, be honest. I know you are, but be more honest. Even if you had a 9.9, just be as much as you can. Just be in control of your thoughts, your emotions. That's going to help for sure. I have no doubts. So I think, now it's time for me to slowly say goodbye to you, like usual, at the end of the video. So there you go. God bless you, my friend. Jesus loves you. I love you too. And this is my gift of love to you and to the world. So keep it by giving it to others. And until next time.